Berlin, a city of resilience, unity, and progress. A city that has witnessed the ebb and flow of history. Today, we journey through time, tracing the rich history of Germany's capital. Perched in the heart of Europe, Berlin stands as a testament to the continent's complex and storied past. As the capital of Germany, it has played a central role in shaping the narrative of European history. From its early foundations in the Middle Ages to its rise as a significant trading hub, Berlin has always been a nexus of cultural exchange and economic activity. Its story is one of transformation, marked by periods of monumental change. Under the influence of the Prussian monarchy, Berlin blossomed into a major cultural and political center, setting the stage for its role in the rise of the German Empire. To truly understand Berlin, we must delve into its past, from its humble beginnings to its transformation into a modern metropolis. Our story begins in the 13th century, with the establishment of Berlin as a trading hub. Nestled between the rivers Spree and Havel, Berlin was founded as two twin towns, Berlin and Cologne, on opposite sides of the Spree. This location was strategic, offering a natural waterway for trade and transport. The towns started as humble settlements, mainly inhabited by Slavic tribes, known as the Haveli. In the Middle Ages, Berlin-Cologne began to flourish as a key trading center. Its advantageous location made it a natural conduit for goods traveling between the busy ports of the Baltic Sea and the growing markets of Central Europe. This trade brought prosperity, and with it the attention of the powerful Margraviate of Brandenburg. As the 13th century dawned, the Ascanian rulers of Brandenburg took control, and Berlin-Cologne's importance grew. It became a bustling hub of commerce, attracting traders from across the region with its thriving markets and fairs. It was during this period that the town started to take on the shape of a city, with the construction of churches, markets, and residential buildings. The city's growth wasn't always smooth. It faced its share of challenges, from fires to conflicts. Yet with each setback it bounced back, stronger and more resilient. This early resilience would become a defining characteristic of the city and its people. From a humble trading post, Berlin was poised to become a city of great significance. As the Prussian monarchy rose to prominence, so too did Berlin. With the dawn of the 18th century, the city started to see remarkable transformation. The Prussian monarchy, under the ambitious rule of Frederick the Great, launched a series of reforms that shaped Berlin into a city of significance. Frederick's vision for Berlin extended beyond mere military conquests. He sought to carve out a cultural niche for the city in the heart of Europe. With the establishment of the Berlin Academy of Arts and the Berlin Academy of Sciences, the city began attracting intellectuals, artists, and scientists from across the continent, sparking a period of cultural bloom. But it wasn't just the arts and sciences that flourished. Frederick's economic reforms bolstered trade, and the establishment of the Customs Union, or Zollverein, further amplified Berlin's status as a vital trading hub. This economic prosperity led to a population boom, making Berlin the largest city in Germany by the mid-19th century. Then came the year of 1871. The crowning of Wilhelm I as the German Emperor marked the birth of the German Empire, and with it, Berlin's ascendance to an imperial capital. The city's skyline started to change, with grand edifices and monuments reflecting its newfound status. The Reichstag building, the Berlin Cathedral, and the Kaiser Wilhelm Memorial Church are just a few examples of the architectural marvels born during this era. This period also witnessed an expansion of the city's infrastructure, with the introduction of gas lighting, telegraph lines, and an extensive railway network. These advancements not only improved the city's connectivity, but also set the stage for Berlin's later growth into a modern metropolis. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The empire's rapid industrialization brought with it social tensions and class struggles, casting a shadow over Berlin's glittering image. Yet, these challenges couldn't dull the city's shine. It continued to evolve, adapting to the changing times and shaping its destiny. Berlin, once a medieval town, was now a thriving imperial capital. It had transformed from a modest trading hub into a city of cultural richness, political power, and economic prosperity, setting the stage for the tumultuous yet fascinating chapters that were yet to be written in its history. The 20th century brought unprecedented challenges to Berlin, starting with World War I. The war was a calamity that shook the world, and Berlin was no exception. The city's vibrant culture was muted as its people were called to arms, and the economic strength that Berlin had built over the centuries was severely tested. The city became a stage for political upheaval, as the defeat of Germany led to the abdication of Kaiser Wilhelm II and the birth of the Weimar Republic. The interwar period was a time of turbulence and transformation. The Treaty of Versailles had imposed heavy reparations on Germany, leading to a severe economic crisis. Hyperinflation and unemployment were rampant, and many Berliners were plunged into poverty. Yet, it was also a time of cultural flourish. Amidst the hardship, the spirit of Berlin shone through in the vibrant art and culture of the Weimar period. The city became a beacon for artists, writers, and intellectuals, giving rise to a period of creativity and innovation that is still celebrated today. However, the political instability and economic hardship also provided fertile ground for extremist ideologies. The rise of the Nazi Party in the early 1930s marked the end of the Weimar Republic and the beginning of a dark chapter in Berlin's history. Berlin had endured the ravages of war, but an even darker era was on the horizon. The rise of Nazi Germany marked a dark chapter in Berlin's history. The city, once a beacon of culture and intellectualism, found itself at the epicenter of one of history's most oppressive regimes. As Adolf Hitler rose to power in the early 1930s, Berlin was transformed into the capital of Nazi Germany, a role that would indelibly mark its landscape and its people. This era saw Berlin morphing into a city of paradoxes. On one hand, it was a seat of power, home to the Reich Chancellery and the infamous Gestapo headquarters. It was here that Hitler orchestrated his plans for the domination of Europe and the extermination of millions. Yet, on the other hand, Berlin was also a city of resistance. Underground movements emerged, with brave Berliners risking their lives to undermine the Nazi regime. The end of World War II in 1945 brought with it a profound shift. Berlin was ravaged, its once grand buildings reduced to rubble. Its people left to grapple with the horrors they had witnessed and the loss they had endured. Yet it was in these ruins that the resilience of Berlin's spirit shone through. Berliners started rebuilding their city, brick by brick, determined to rise from the ashes. However, the end of the war didn't bring an end to Berlin's tribulations. The city was soon divided into 4 Allied occupation zones. This division would eventually solidify in the form of the Berlin Wall. Erected in 1961, this concrete barrier split Berlin in two, with East Berlin under Soviet control and West Berlin under the Allies. The wall was more than just a physical division. It was a symbol of ideological differences, a scar across the heart of Berlin. Though divided, Berlin remained a city of resilience. Its people lived, loved, and dreamed on both sides of the wall, their spirit undimmed by the concrete barrier that bisected their city. They continued to hope for a day when Berlin would be reunited, a day when the wall would be nothing more than a memory. And as we'll see in our next chapter, that day did come. The Cold War further deepened the division of Berlin. As the world split into 2 ideologically opposed camps, so too did Berlin, cleaved into East and West. The Soviet Union controlled East Berlin, while the West fell under the influence of the United States, Britain, and France. The tensions of this era were not just political, but also palpably physical. The manifestation of these ideological differences was starkly apparent in the form of the Berlin Wall. Erected in 1961, this concrete barrier stood as a grim symbol of division, not just of a city, but of a world at odds with itself. Yet this wall that once epitomized division would eventually come to symbolize unity. In 1989, amid growing political pressure and public protests, the Berlin Wall fell. The fall of the Berlin Wall was a symbol of hope, marking the beginning of a new era for Berlin. With the reunification of Germany in 1990, Berlin began a new chapter. This city, once divided by a concrete embodiment of ideological struggle, set out on a path of transformation. The fallen Berlin Wall became a symbol of unity, a testament to the resilience of a city and a nation that had endured decades of division and conflict. Berlin, in the decades following reunification, has emerged as a vibrant cultural, economic, and political hub in modern Europe. Its rich history and diverse culture have shaped its unique character, drawing people from all over the world to experience its allure. From the bustling tech startups in the heart of the city to the thriving art scene that permeates its neighborhoods, Berlin is a city that embraces its past while looking towards the future. Today, Berlin stands as a symbol of unity, resilience, and progress. Its story is a testament to the power of reconciliation and the enduring spirit of humanity.